Greetings, gardeners. Let's talk about soursop. Everybody know what a soursop is? This is one right here hanging in the tree. This soursop tree was planted from a seed approximately 10 years ago from Market Fruit here in Hilo. This is what the local growers had produced. It was a very good soursop that I took the seeds from. And my tree, which for years has actually produced fruit, but they've been kind of abortive before they actually get ripe. They would fall away from the tree. I was afraid that maybe our climate here at this elevation wasn't going to be good for the fruit. But as it turned out, I've been walking by my tree and I noticed that there were spoiled fruits laying on the ground under it. And I went, oh yeah, they probably don't taste right, but the other day I was up here and I looked down and I saw one that had just dropped and it was nice and fresh. And I said, well, I think I'll give that a try. I reached down, I pulled it, and it opened right up, and it was beautifully white and aromatic on the inside. I took a taste and I went, whoa, is that good? I said, oh my goodness, my tree's finally come to age. This seems to be the age for so many of the fruit trees that I planted from seed here. And folks who are not used to looking at tropical fruits, this may seem pretty strange, but that fruit is sticking directly off the side of the main trunk. And soursop do that. They'll flower right along the trunk. Now you notice the slightly brownish color here, but it's green underneath. This fruit is getting close, but it's not quite. It's getting the color that it needs, that brown shade, but it's still hard. There's one right up here over my head, which I hope does not fall on my head, is also turning brown, but it's again a little bit on the hard side. And oh my goodness, talk about things. There's a slug on the bottom of that fruit. He climbed all the way up the tree to get to that. Come on, get off my fruit. The yield up here is pretty good this year. We have a fair amount of fruit hanging in the tree. And it looks like, for a change, the fruit is going to ripen to a good quality. So here we are in the test kitchen, and you'll see here the color on the outside of this soursop is nice and brown, and when you push on the fruit, the finger goes in. That's how you tell whether you got a good one or not. You should have a brown color, a little bit green maybe on the outside, but soft skin. Most of these are very, very fibrous. I have heard of a few varieties out there that are supposed to be fiberless. I haven't seen a completely fiberless form, but this one is definitely low in fiber because it's possible to actually eat the flesh in this one. Some of them it's like eating cotton. Oh man. Well, the flavor is typical of a lot of Annona. Sort of like cherimoya or atamoya. A little more acid, definitely more intense. Definitely a lot more flavor in here. And there's quite a bit of juice in this pulp too. And again, this one tends to be such low fiber that it's possible to actually eat the flesh in here. Now, I've had this one in the refrigerator overnight, and refrigeration really does almost nothing for fruit other than make it cold. It will preserve it, but on most tropical fruits it actually destroys the bouquet. And yes, this was definitely better right when it was plucked. Flavors have kind of gone downhill as it got cold in the fridge, but still really, really good. It's absolutely delicious soursop. It's also very seedless. Some of these things are just seedy as all get out, and it's very hard to juice them because you have to work to getting all the seeds out of the fiber. This one has almost no seeds in it. So far I've only found about a half a dozen seeds. I will put them on my website if anybody's interested, because this is one fine soursop. But generally this fruit is used as a juice. Going to Mexican markets, for instance, in the mainland U.S., you'll see cans of Numex juice as a brand, and it's Guanabana is, I believe, what they will call it in Spanish on the can. Soursop's the English name. So if you are curious, what does this fruit taste like? The juices are available, and they taste pretty much like the juice. They're mixed with water and sugar and so on, but you definitely have a lot of flavor there because this is a very flavorful fruit, and it will tolerate being diluted and still have quite a bit of taste to it. Anyway, she's a good one, and I am really excited and happy that my soursop tree has finally started making good quality fruit. This is the year, huh? Aloha. Thanks for watching. See you next time.